So, I was thinking, I was like, it's kind of crazy how, the vast majority of my life, I wasn't really memorizing. And now, just in like a small amount of time, it feels weird, like if I don't memorize. And there's even some days where I do it for like 3 hours or something like that. And, there's a lot I used to be kind of like intimidated when I hear people be like, yeah, they memorize for 3 hours, 2 hours, or maybe even an hour, right? When you're beginning. But you don't really understand that it's kind of like a habit that you build off. So I just started for like 10 minutes and 30 minutes. And then before you know it, like over a long amount of time, it becomes like an hour, then 2 hours. And then it'll even get even harder than that sometimes. So the thing like you might be intimidated of right now, you can actually achieve it once it just becomes like a habit. Like it's crazy. The thing that you might think is difficult right now in terms of memorizing and revising, if you just kind of like keep with it and you stay consistent with it, it sounds like, everyone says that, but like I found it's like actually for real, like just me staying consistent with it. Not only have I memorized more, alhamdulillah, but like also I don't really find it as like an errand, right? In the beginning, it was like a huge deal. Like, oh, I got to schedule my whole day around this 30 minutes. I got to memorize. But then now it's like kind of the opposite. It's kind of like on autopilot. Like if a day goes by where for some reason I didn't memorize, or I didn't revise, it feels really weird. Like it feels like something that was like a weird day. Something happened that day, or it's like a one-off kind of thing. And it's just crazy how like your habits really do like define who you are, right? So when you build this habit, inshallah, we stay with it. But once you build it once in your life, like it can really do a lot for you. What's crazy too is like this like whole journey, the Hifdh journey, like really humbles you because you might have like a really intense time memorizing a page or even a surah or something. And then you realize after like, oh man, I still got like a few hundred more pages to go. So it really does humble you and like puts things into perspective as well. But also something that I found that's kind of beneficial is that there's a lot of like other skills you learn like while you're on the Hifdh journey. And it's not just like, it's not just like the memorizing of surah, but there's a lot of like other like peripheral skills you might not even think of. Like your Arabic will get way better. Even if you don't know Arabic, you'll probably learn Arabic just from when you're repeating the pages and stuff. Your vocabulary in Arabic will get way better. Like there's tons of things that I grew up kind of speaking like Arabic, right? But not the real Arabic. Like it's like a dialect Arabic. And when I started memorizing, or now that I've been memorizing, like the whole way I think of the language is like totally different, right? And even if I know people who don't speak Arabic and they're on this like Hifdh journey or whatever, and even they like learn Arabic or they learn parts of Arabic, and it makes you when you like do that, it completely changes the way you like interpret the Quran. Because when you read a translation, it's really not like actually reading it in the like everyone knows if you speak another language or even if you don't, you probably know that there's phrases and some other things that just can't be translated, and when they are translated, it just hits way less. Like there's some things that hit different when they're in their original language and you understand it, right? Like the meaning of it, the power of it is totally different. So this is one benefit. Another benefit is the stuff like it's not just like technical benefits like this. It has like a lot of kind of like almost like benefits you wouldn't really think of. So like even things like your patience, right? Like the level of concentration and patience it takes to just memorize even like half a page is so much more than we're used to, like in today's generation where it's really hard to focus because there's phones everywhere, there's screens everywhere. Like this stuff is really just training you to not be someone who can focus, to be really impatient, and to kind of always need kind of something to like reach at, something to grab. You can't just be kind of chilling. You can't like just do nothing for like 30 minutes or an hour. Ever since I started memorizing, there's sometimes where I straight up like 45 minutes to 1 hour and literally just rereading the same page, like looking at a wall. From the outside looking in, that looks like so weird. But the thing is like that actually has a like tremendous benefit on just like even your personality. There's a quote that like the work works on you more than you work on the work, if that makes sense. So when you're doing this stuff, it actually has an effect on like your personality, your characteristics and stuff. And it's for the better. Like I would much rather be someone who could just be chilling like that than you always kind of need something outside of you to reach at, to like distract you or to entertain you. Whereas, when you're memorizing, it becomes like something totally opposite of that.